Think every car issue needs a mechanic? Nope. Over 40% of minor fixes are easy to DIY at home. Air filters, maintenance lights, easy stuff. All you need are a few tools and a quick tutorial. But guess what? Mechanics won't spill this secret. That's why I'm here. Today I've got 12 car repair hacks that'll save you $2,500 a year without breaking a sweat. Stick around till the end for a simple trick that alone slashes $1,000 off your repair bill. Number 1. Fix a flat tire without taking the wheel off. Imagine you're leaving for a dine out, but flat tire. No worries, because fixing it is easier than you think. First, find the leak. Pump some air into the tire and spray it with soapy water. Just mix some dish soap with water. Watch closely. Bubbles will pop up where the air is escaping. That's your trouble spot. Mark it with chalk so you don't lose it. If there's a nail or screw stuck in the tread, good news, you can fix this yourself. Grab a tire plug kit, jack up the car, and carefully pull the nail out. Then push in the tire plug, add some tire repair cement, and just like that, your tire is back in action. Fixing it yourself costs around $25. Taking it to a shop, that's at least $150. That's $125 saved that you get to keep in your wallet. But if the air is leaking from the edge of the tire near the metal rim, that's a job for the pros. A mechanic will have to seal it properly. Number 2, skip the overpriced car additives. Ever seen those fancy bottles promising to clean your engine and make your car run like new? Sounds great, right? Well, most of them are just expensive hype. Modern gasoline cars already come with built-in cleaners, so dumping extra additives? Total waste of cash. Your engine is doing just fine without them. Now, if you drive a diesel car, that's a different story. Diesel additives actually help. They prevent fuel from thickening in cold weather, keep the engine running smoother, and protect key parts. For gas-powered cars though, most people don't need additives at all. Sure, if you drive an older car or use cheap fuel, something like Techron might help, but for the average driver, it's just money down the drain that saves you at least $100 a year. Number 3, check and top off fluids. Cars need fluids to stay healthy, just like we need water, and a lot of cars break down just because they're running low on these fluids. But the good news is, checking and topping them off is super easy. Here's what to do. For engine oil, check it when the car is off and parked on flat ground. Same thing for brake fluid and power steering fluid, engine off before you check. But for transmission fluid, it's different. Check it while the engine is running and after driving for 10 to 15 minutes. If you skip these small problems, they can turn into big, expensive ones. But if you keep up with it, you'll save at least $300 a year. Number 4, don't ignore a clogged PCV valve. Your car needs to breathe just like you do. That's where the PCV valve comes in, a tiny part with a big job. It keeps pressure from building up in the engine and stops bad gases from hanging around. Think of it like your car exhaling, but if this tiny part gets clogged, here's what happens. Your car idles rough, it burns more oil, loses power, worst of all, it can cause engine sludge, which is like clogged arteries for your car. Ignore it for too long, and you're looking at expensive engine repairs. The fix? Super easy. Check it every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Here's a trick. Shake the PCV valve. If it rattles, it's good. If not, replace it. It's cheap, simple, and can save you over $250 in engine repairs. If you are enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Number 5, re-torque your wheels. Don't let your wheels roll away. Sounds crazy, but wheels can actually fall off if the nuts holding them aren't tight enough. Yep, that's a real thing. Back in the late 90s, too many cars lost their wheels on the road and mechanics started warning everyone, always recheck wheel nuts after 50 miles of driving. Here the fix is super simple. Grab a torque wrench. It's a tool that makes sure you're tightening the nuts with just the right amount of force. Most cars need around 70 foot-pounds of torque, but check your car's manual or look it up online to be sure. Skipping this step is risky and expensive and could even result in serious damage or a car crash. Number 6, change your air filter regularly. Your car needs clean air just like you do, but if the air filter is clogged, your engine has to work harder, burns more fuel, and loses power. That's like trying to run a race while breathing through a straw. Here is a DIY fix. Pop the hood, find the air filter box, take a peek. If the filter looks dirty, swap it out. You should replace it every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, but if you drive on dusty roads, check it more often. A fresh air filter means better gas mileage, smoother performance, and a longer lasting engine. And the best part? It only costs about $20, but can save you up to $150 a year in fuel. Number 7. Don't buy a car battery. More than a month old car batteries are like ticking time bombs. They work great until they suddenly don't. The moment they're filled with acid, the countdown begins, whether they're in a car or sitting on a shelf. That's why you should always check the manufacturing date before buying one. Only pick a battery that's less than a month old. This gives you better performance and a longer life. Pro tip: before installing a new battery, charge it for 1 to 2 hours to wake it up. Think of it like stretching before a workout. It helps the battery perform better and last longer. And don't forget basic maintenance. Corrosion on battery terminals can leave you stranded in a parking lot. Clean them regularly to avoid headaches later. Buying fresh and maintaining it well saves you at least $250 to $350 on premature battery replacements. Number 8. Replace your worn out wiper blades. Ever hit the washer button and your wipers just smear water everywhere? That's a clear sign they're done. Streaky blades equal bad visibility, and that's the last thing you want in a rainstorm. Here's the trick: skip the cheapo blades at the auto store. Go for a trusted brand like Anco, Trico, or Bosch. They cost a little more but last longer, wipe better, and won't crack under the sun's UV rays. Even better if you can buy the OEM ones made specifically for your car's make and model from the dealership. Swapping them out is super easy, just follow the instructions on the package. But always remember to hold onto that wiper arm tightly when removing the old blade. If it snaps back, it can hit the windshield hard enough to crack it, and that's a very expensive oops. Fresh wipers mean clearer vision and safer driving, and replacing them on time saves you up to $100 a year on bad weather mishaps. Number 9. Skip the coolant flush, unless your car begs for it. Ever had a mechanic tell you you need a coolant flush? Yeah, not so fast. A lot of times this is just a sales trick to drain your wallet, not your coolant. Most modern cars don't need a flush until they hit 100,000 miles or 5 years, as coolant turns acidic over time. Manufacturers design coolant to last for years, so flushing it too early. Total waste of cash. Before saying yes to a flush, check your owner's manual for the real recommendation. Now, if your coolant is low, dirty, or your car is overheating, then yes, change it. But if everything looks fine, don't fall for the upsell. Dodging unnecessary coolant flushes saves you at least $150 every few years. Number 10. Keep your AC running even in winter. No air conditioning on a blazing hot day, worst feeling ever. If your car stops blowing cold air, the compressor is usually the culprit. Think of it as the heart of your AC system. It keeps the cool air moving, but like anything else, it wears out over time. And here's the kicker: a busted compressor isn't cheap. Replacing it starts at $500 and can easily hit $1,000 or more if other parts go bad too. Sometimes it's not even the compressor. It could just be a loose or broken belt messing things up. The good news is you can avoid this expensive nightmare. Run your AC regularly, even in winter. Keeps the system healthy. Check coolant, Freon levels during service. Low Freon? Big problem. Listen for weird noises. Clicking or rattling means trouble ahead. Number 11. Fix that leaky sunroof. Ever felt a splash of water on your head while driving, but the windows are up? That's not a magic trick, it's a clogged sunroof drain. And good news, you can fix it in minutes. Here's the deal: sunroofs have tiny drains in the corners to let rainwater escape. But over time, dirt, leaves, and gunk clog them up, so instead of draining outside, the water pours inside your car. Fix it in 3 easy steps. 1. Find the drains, open the sunroof, and look for small holes in the front and back corners. Erinde, vacuum the gunk, tape a small tube to a shop vacuum, suck out the dirt, and pour a little water to test if it drains under the car. 3. Still clogged? Get a speedometer cable. Yep, you can buy one at an auto store. Gently twist and push it into the drain to break up the blockage. Don't force it, pushing too hard can break the tubes and make things worse. Once the water flows freely, you're all set. No more surprise rain showers inside your car. Skipping a mechanic visit, that's an easy $300 saved. As promised earlier, here's the game-changing tip that can save you over $1,000 a year. Number 12, use your parking brake, even on flat ground. Think the parking brake is just for hills? Nope. Skipping it can wreck your transmission and leave you with a massive repair bill. Here's why. Inside your transmission, there's a tiny metal piece called the parking powel. Its job, keep your car from rolling, but here's the problem. It's not built to hold the car's full weight forever. Over time, it can snap, leaving you with a repair bill of $1,000 to $1,500. Ignore it long enough, you're looking at a full transmission rebuild, $3,000 to $5,000. The fix? Super simple. Use your parking brake every time you park. Yes, even on flat ground. It hardly takes 2 seconds and saves you thousands. Following these easy habits and car maintenance tips won't take much of your time, but could save you thousands in the long run. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.